Hello, hello everyone. As a Team 12, we want to introduce you our web application called Jamik. Have you ever had problems understanding menu in a restaurant? For example, imagine that you or your friends, relatives have arrived in another country and you don't know the local language at all. You go to the restaurant, but their menu is written in this unfamiliar, unclear language and has like dozens of sheets. What would you do? What would you do? Would you just call the waiter? And what if the waiter doesn't speak your language or doesn't speak English? What if the waiter is simply just busy serving other clients like you? Or what if you are just shy or insecure to raise your hand and ask someone in different language? Would you just randomly pick one of the first dishes that you come across in the menu? And what if you just don't like the food or you have an allergy? Are you less likely to visit that restaurant again? That's why we have conducted survey among the tourists from different countries, which show that 49% of people struggle with menu in different language. Among the problems they noted long texts, complex menus with so many lists they need to go through in order to orient themselves, lack of translation, lack of ingredients and pictures. Also, 70% of people prefer using digital menu over interacting with staff. And 90% of people mention that they have no problem or even like using digital menu like QR code.
We have developed the following solution. Jamik is a web service that allows restaurants to generate QR code for their menus. Customers will only need to scan the QR code with their phones in order to get personalized menu. Next. This is how it looks like for users. Firstly, users should choose the language. After, fill registration form, fill their preferences and allergies in order to get their personalized menu, which makes it easier to choose food. It might be interesting for users that they can give likes or dislikes to food, but that's definitely useful for us to make it our recommendations better and better. What about benefits for users? Well, translation of menu in required language, description of ingredients, food recommendations based on their preferences, and no need to download app. What about restaurants? How work with them looks like? Well, they send us a completed menu in our Excel template. After, we're already engaged in the processing, so restaurant just received the final QR code, which can be located on the table. But what about benefits for restaurants? Decline the wait time to explaining the menu to customers. Decline the outflow of foreigners who leave restaurants because of misunderstanding with menu. Increase customer satisfaction and saving money and time to update unprinted menu. All these facts are already confronted by other firms who already implemented the similar solution in their business.
Our application has two main parts, the backend and the frontend. The backend is built in Python with FastAPI framework, which handles whole data processing and interacts with other components like machine learning and the database. The frontend is developed with Angular, providing a user-friendly interface. After development, each component of our solution is packaged into Docker containers, and this approach means that deployment will be easy across different environments. For deployment, we use Azure services, and the main service is app service, which allows us to host our application with high availability and automated management without the need for infrastructure maintenance. Also, Azure will scale our application based on demand.
Let's take a look at estimated costs and income. The income would consist of monthly payments by subscription of $20 for each restaurant. The main expenses are for Azure services, advertisement, and salaries. Having considered all the expenses, we can say that the break-even point is at the presence of about 600 companies, which could be achieved in approximately 9 months. Also, at the same time, as the number of customers will go up, the expenses won't really, because the whole work processes occur automatically and works as some sort of self-service where any restaurant can set up their own digital menu completely by themselves. And our current Azure solution, memory and functionalities should be able to handle at least 1,000 customers. Here we have calculated accumulative values. We will make profit in the 10 months, considering that all initial investments are returned. As you can see, Jamik, comparing to other competitors, is still fairly cheap and most importantly, is easy to use both by restaurants and their clients because first, it doesn't require downloading any additional mobile app. It reorders the food, so it makes choosing much faster and simpler for the clients. And it does not require for restaurant to contact us in order to make their own digital menu within few minutes. Also, we have already some restaurants which were interested into our service, considering that we would finish the product, polish, and make it production ready. And as a part of the feedback, we also had this idea of additional function where we would include additional offers to food dishes, which would work as basically upselling, which would not only increase the billing in a restaurant, but would also further help the customers in choosing their food. For example, if you choose food you don't nothing about, you wish you know which drink or side dish is the best with this type of food. Jamik, try it by yourself.
Thank you. Just got hungry. And as you are the last team at this part, I will open now the floor for the last questions. And then after the questions and answers, I will share with all of you also the next steps, so please don't leave yet. So what questions does the jury have?
Thank you. May I ask, how many restaurants have menu only in one language? And yes, the question is very general.
Well, most restaurants have like one or like maximum 3 languages, which is like Czech, English, Deutsch.
So where is your target market? Is it in the Czech Republic? Is it for all?
Well, we have been visiting few restaurants and we've seen some pattern that, for example, when you go to just some pub, they don't really like interested. They look at this like, what is this? But if you go somewhere more luxurious, like hotels have so many foreign people, and when we present our idea, they look really differently. They see the opportunity, and we could we could see that they are just much more interested. So our target would be mostly these hotels, which have really like so many people from different countries.
And quite likely menus in at least 3 languages or more.
Can you repeat it?
How big is your market? Because if you put this out there and you want to make it as a business, right? So how many hotels or whoever you are targeting you expect to sign up in what time unit in a way?
Do you mean like what languages do we support?
No, no. How many customers will you have?
Well, if you're talking about the clients visiting the restaurant.
No, I'm talking about your clients because you said that you are selling it to. If you pull few
Yeah.
slides back, it was saying that it is. I think where was it? $20 per month. So that's, and you were saying for the restaurants, you were saying that you need 600 free restaurants to sign up to reach break even. So these 600 free restaurants, where are they from? Are they Czech restaurants? Are you all over the world? And what is the whole portion of the market you can target those who are really interested in translating into more languages than they have already?
Well, it could be basically any restaurant, not only here in Prague, but the whole Czech Republic. And the benefit is that they can set it up by themselves. We don't need to go to them and look their internal systems and connect it. They just put their food independently and use it. So we can aim at different restaurants. Even we can just go into the. You can even like.
It sounds that you don't know what the market size is. That was my question. That's it. Thank you.
How are you going to maintain the market size of hundreds restaurants with someone who's got wages $2,000?
Well, it's basically mostly support, right? When there is some technical issues or something, that we provide support. But the whole service, as I said, is mostly self-service. They maintain the menu, and when they upload the menu, all the code will basically automatically transform it, put it into the database, translate, and everything. So we don't need people for that to do this manually.
Yes, but you need someone for the support, and with 600 restaurants, that's quite extensive, don't you think?
Yeah, so that's why we have only people for supporting.
Yes, and how many people is going to be that?
Well, it depends. As we get more and more customers, we can just add more. I mean, now we are just 5-member team. So as we get more and more customers, we can think about another ways how.
And to those 5 members, you are going to pay $2,000 only.
Can you repeat the question?
To those 5 members, you are going to pay only $2,000.
Yes, because.
Okay, good enough.
And I have also a question. When you visited the restaurants, have you noticed that they have also this, you can use it for payments, QR code, which is on the table, sticked on the table?
Yes, there are competitors like that, but none of them offers personalization. Basically, any customer who just goes and scans it, everyone see the same page. Like, it's not personalized. They don't see the food they like on the first place, and they don't see it in their own language. So we want to make it just more personalized, and we haven't seen it anywhere yet.
Okay, thank you very much. Applause for the Team 12.